Come on, 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 come on. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork that you will not get anywhere else. Back, another Make Your Move Monday kick, special Make Your Move Monday kickoff question. Seeing that we are at the start of Teacher Appreciation Week. Honestly, something I didn't even hear about until I became a teacher myself. But seeing that for the past, 3 or 4 years, they've been doing stuff. I've been teaching, they've been doing stuff. The school, at the centers, at the learning centers that I've been involved in, been a part of, I've worked for. I have to break it down like this. And again, this wasn't planned. I had come up with the Make Your Move. All right, so first time listeners, the first time tuning in, just know every Monday there's a thought-provoking kickoff question, same way that you kick off a football in a game and get things started, get your mind right. Just make sure you're staying on task, staying on your goals, putting the right people around you to make sure you're staying focused and you're not allowing ambition to get the best of you. You're not allowing circumstance to get the best of you. You're not allowing current circumstance to get the best of you and make decisions that are going to affect your long-term future. Make poor decisions that will affect your long-term future. All right. So today the question is, what do the numbers say? And the question came from an experience that I had recently, just last week, as a teacher, and also the answer to the question. But for those of you who don't know, what I do is I pose the question and then I answer the question myself based on the experience and based on, some of the things that I may have lived through or may be currently going through as we speak now. And I'm telling you, the question, what do the numbers say, is so much more complex than what's in your bank account, how much money you actually have, or how much money you actually make, how much money you make at your job, and things like that. The question of what do the numbers say actually are very revealing to your character. They're very revealing to how many times you are constantly trying, how many times your effort. They're really meant to measure effort. And the thing that brought along this question, and to answer the question for me, when it comes to what the numbers say, and again, it's a very general in tone, but what the numbers say, whenever someone's looking at As One Crookshank and looking at the amount of content, looking at the amount of things I do and the amount of work I put in, the numbers say for me is that he's just putting forth the effort. That's it. That's the only thing it's the only thing I can hang my hat on. That's the only thing that I can truly say, hey, I'm simply putting forth the effort. And it's been like that since I was a kid. Simply keep on trying, all right? And that's the way I answer the question. But let me just give you some context in terms of what we're going to be discussing later on today in about an hour from this recording. Today as you can tell, I took a bit of an off day. I only did 2 miles today just to get the sweat going a little bit, did a couple abs, and got to jump in the shower and get ready to knock out this live stream where I'm going to dive deeper into a lot of these stories. But one of the things that brought me on this subject was a math lesson that I was giving the kids just last week, and how frustrating it was for me and it was for them. Because number one, I don't like the way math is taught in our school system. I think math is, the memorization of formulas and the way that it's taught just for a test. I'm firmly against it. I think it's a horrible way to teach math because you memorize things. And remember an experience that I had with when I was a senior in high school. Excuse me. When I was a senior in high school, I had a literature teacher named Mike Hibbs, and he was really heavy on studying philosophers and philosophy and, questioning certain things. And, he got posed the question, hey, don't philosophers do not like math people? And they're like, no, we love math people because it trains the brain to be logical. It trains the brain to make sure you're measurables and you're hitting measurables and you're using the numbers in ways in which you're measuring a person's effort and measuring a person's goals and measuring, can a person get to those goals, or what do they need to get to those goals before they start the critical thinking, before they start the dreamy, quote unquote, like my girl said, the dreamer phase of what it is they're trying to do. And that's why that balance is so incredibly important. It's so crazy that, again, none of this stuff is planned, bro. Like I'm telling you, none of this is actually planned. But, the fact that we're talking numbers at this stage and, what I'm dealing with on the personal end, so much of it is important to understand. Numbers, when you're talking about numbers, it's bigger than money. It's bigger than how much you actually are making and how much you actually have. It's more so about measuring a person by their effort, their goals, and how many times they keep doing X, Y, and Z, and judging the numbers based on that. So this week's Top 5 Tuesday, we're gonna dive into the top 5 ways to judge the numbers. So today we're gonna get a basic understanding of what the numbers say, and then tomorrow we're gonna dive into the Top 5 Tuesday, top 5 ways of judging the numbers. And then Wednesday, Wintrepreneur Wednesday, we're gonna dive deeper into just how in many times a higher ticket, less numbers mean more money. You know, less numbers, less people, client versus customer, all that kind of stuff. So we got a whole week of really diving into this. So stay tuned. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all the work I'm doing. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MAKEYAMOVE.com. Your one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. Be sure to inquire about the employee development workshops. Everyone out there, you guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.